And they call me warrior. They call me loyalty. And they call me...
Okay. All right. So now, Melissa's had the opportunity to scoot away and stand up in our other scenarios. However, right now, the attacker always gets a vote on that distance. So when the attacker is closing that distance quickly, all right, Melissa needs to be able to still get out, get up, and get away. So that foot that was down the entire time, her right foot that was bent, it now becomes a kicking foot. And we're going to show you what that looks like. All right. So Melissa's facing me. I push her to the ground. She falls. Right. As we're here, okay. Again, she's always trying to scoot away, but I'm coming in too quickly. All right. So as I'm coming in, closing this distance, she's going to raise her hips up high off the ground. Now she's going to use this leg that's bent and kick my knee. Boom. As she kicks my knee, that's going to buckle my knee backwards. If we do this with any amount of speed and force, as I'm walking in, not expecting that, boom, she kicks this knee, swivel her hips back. She uses the kinetic force of me coming in to get her hip back, and that's how she's able to stand up, and she just flamingoed my kneecap. All right, so let's go ahead and go back down. Melissa, for safety, I'm going to have her just tap me in the shin to give you a more realistic kind of speed on this. All right, and we'll show you what it looks like. So Melissa, let's do it from standing, please. So I push her to the ground. Boom, she comes up to base. I'm in, I'm too quick. Boom, she kicks. Wham, she's up, and now she's able to escape. Perfect. So now I've pushed Melissa down. She's gotten to her base position again. So Melissa never wants to stay static. Static means death, all right, and any type of attack situation. So she's got to constantly be moving. However, sometimes the attacker, he's going to be moving left and right from this position. As I move to the right, okay, as long as I'm on this foot here, if I'm on the inside of it this way, Melissa always has the ability to lift her hips and kick my leg. Boom. However, once I circle around the other way, and Melissa, stay where you're at, if I get on the outside of this foot right here, okay, her foot sits down, okay, she can no longer reach me with her far leg, all right? She's either going to have to try to kick me with this leg, which is awkward, all right, or I've just got to round her, and I get to her back, and I get her to the ground, all right? So to prevent that from happening, to always keep me on the inside where she lifts her hips and kick, boom, all right? She's going to now just windshield wiper herself over. She's simply going to change sides. Perfect. Now, I'm on the inside of Melissa. I'm not on the outside of her post foot. I'm on the inside of her kicking foot. Now she can lift her hips and kick me this way. Now, perfect. Good job, Melissa. Way to use the kinetic energy and stand up. If she goes back down, all right, go ahead. All right. As I circle left and right, okay, she's not going to be staying static. She's not just going to let me walk back and forth, right, in this position and stay right here. She's going to be scooting away from me the whole time. So as I go to my right, okay, she's going to be scooting backwards to get away, right? If I go to my left, she's going to be scooting backwards to get away from me, right? If I switch back, she switches back. Now I come in, she lifts her hips, boom, crumples my knee, stands up, she gets out, she gets up, she gets away. That's how we handle someone who's trying to circle us around us, right? As long as we're moving backwards and shifting our hips left and right, windshield wipering back and forth, all right, to keep them on our inside so we hit them with our kicking leg, all right, then we're going to significantly increases our chances of getting out, getting up, and getting away. Okay, all right, so I wanted to go over a couple of other contingencies sometimes that I see people do or try, and it doesn't work very well for them, and then I wanted to explain why. So if I push Melissa down, okay, Okay, so she goes down, boom, and she goes into this crab walk kind of position where she's already so trained, she's already going to her base. Perfect. Well, she goes into this crab position, right, and tries to walk backwards quickly from here. All that's doing is allowing me to get in between her legs quickly and get on top of her quickly, which would be a way worse and horrible situation for her when we think about an assault situation. All right? And if she tries to kick me from here, this is a powerful kick. However, her base is just on her shoulders and on her palms, so it's going to push her down to her butt as she does it. And also, she has to be straight on with my knee to cause any damage. Where if she's off to the left or right at all, it's just going to be a glancing blow, all right, and not cause the damage that Melissa is hoping to do to my knee. All right, it also hurts her shoulders to stay like that for any length of time. So Melissa, go ahead and go back to your base position. So when our base position, all right, I want you to notice that when she lifts her hips and go to kick my knee, she has a whole side of her foot that's hitting my knee. So this is a strong kick, and there's more surface area of the bottom of her foot to, as Melissa said already, flamingo my knee backwards, all right? And she's able to swivel her hip back easily. Sometimes, Melissa, go ahead and go back down. If somebody doesn't lift their hips high enough to create the space to swivel their knee under or their foot all the way when they get their hip back, they'll just kick themselves down to their bottom. So if she barely lifts her hips, and go ahead and give me some pressure on that shin, and she kind of crumbles herself or fall. But if she comes back, when she goes to kick me and she lifts her hips high, boom, now kicks, she created the space to put her foot or put her knee behind her. This is one of the common mistakes that I see. However, if you do kick, all right, so Melissa, come back down real quick. All right, this time when you kick me, I don't want you to lift your hips high enough, and I want you to fall back on your butt as you do this, okay? So she lifts her hips, boom, a little bit, and she kicks herself back on her butt. If this happens, keep scooting away, now stand up, and get back to your base. So it is something that could happen, all right, with a powerful kick. All right, if I'm just coming in and maybe you didn't have the chance to lift your hips high enough in the dynamicness of this situation, but that's okay if you fall back on your bottom. Keep scooting away, get out, get up, and get away. Thanks.